Hey guys, welcome back to another video about how to easily plan your meals. We are back to our series and I am so excited to make this particular video for you guys because some of the most common questions that I've got since I made my video about how I plan my meals in one evening for the entire year was, how do you have a spreadsheet for all of your meals? How does it work? What does it look like? How can we make one of those for ourselves? So buckle up, because in this video, I'm going to answer all of those questions and I'm going to show you my theme nights for this year and how I am creating the rotations that go along with each one of those theme nights. So I'm actually going to record my screen. So in addition to showing you all of that stuff that I already mentioned, I'm actually going to be building out a new spreadsheet for myself at the same time, because my old spreadsheet was not really something I wanted to show everyone. It wasn't very pretty. It worked just fine, but it was definitely rudimentary. So since so many people were asking about it, I actually created a new template and you guys can get your hands on it if you would like to. I will leave a link in the description down below. And I'm going to be moving all of my old information on the old spreadsheet onto this new spreadsheet as well, so you can see exactly how to build it out from start to finish. Now, I do just want to say before we dive in here that if this is the first video you are watching in this series, you might want to go back and watch the first video first and watch the series all the way through until you get to this point, because this video is really going to be combining all of the work that we have done up to this point and putting it all together. So it just might be a little bit confusing if you have not watched the other videos first. And I will link those in the cards and in the description down below if you want to check those out. And of course, if you want to make sure you are keeping up with all of the videos in this series, you can grab my easy meal planning checklist for free, and I will put that linked in the description down below as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So I have here on my screen open and it looks like it is recording, so hopefully it keeps doing that. My set it and forget it meal planning template. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a copy of this template, and that's the first thing that you will need to do as well. It won't let you edit the template. You will have to make your own copy, name it something different, and then you can edit it however you'd like. And I decided to make the template as a Google Sheet because I know not everyone has access to Excel, and I wanted this to work for anyone who wants it to. So you just go into File here and then make a copy. Let's see, next year is 2022, set it and forget it meal planning. And then I guess since I'm the owner, it's asking me if I want to share it. I don't want to share this one because I want you all to get the blank template if you purchase it. So I'm not going to click share it, not going to copy any comments, and we're going to click OK. So now you can see that it says 2022 set it and forget it meal planning at the top, and you can rename that. So on here, what you can see, the first tab down here at the bottom is your full meal planning calendar. And we're going to leave that alone for right now until we get everything else filled in. And we are going to go ahead and start with breakfasts. So breakfasts, if you guys remember, going back to what we did in that very first video, you should already know exactly what your breakfast will look like throughout the week. And if you're going to have a 1 week rotation where it pretty much stays the same all week long, it would kind of look like this. Let's just say oatmeal, and then let's just do this for simplicity's sake. Saturday, let's say toast with peanut butter and applesauce. And then Sunday, I will put in my breakfast rotation. So this is what the breakfast tab would look like if you're doing a 1 week rotation during the week with a several week rotation for your Sundays, which I talked about in that original first video. So if you want to check that out, that will make more sense. if you go back and watch that video. But let's see, what was another rotation that we did? We did Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Tuesday, Thursday was a separate meal, and it would just look like that. Or you could have a 2-week rotation. I have thought about, for this next year, doing a different breakfast rotation for us. So I'm just going to look here and decide what I want to do on that with my old sheet. I really like having rice in the morning for breakfast, so I may do that on a week. And then I may do eggs this Tuesday and Thursday. And in case any of you are wondering, I do say that I'm vegan, but we do eat eggs and honey. So I guess technically we aren't vegan, but I just find it much easier to say vegan than have people really confused about what I mean by saying ovo vegan or ovo vegetarian. So yes, we do eat eggs, but we don't eat any dairy or meat. So just to clarify for any of you who might have been confused by that. And I'm just gonna keep pulling this down because I will probably keep that as my Saturday meal. It's a nice easy one, but it's also just a little bit different than the oatmeal. My family loves homemade granola, and then like I said, I'll keep the eggs. So you should have from that first video whatever rotation and for however many weeks you decided to do from that first video. So again, if this doesn't make sense to you, go back and watch that first video again, and I walk you through exactly how to create a breakfast rotation so that you don't have to think about it all the time. And in that video, I did say we do oatmeal pretty much every day for breakfast, and that is true. This is actually something that I'm just changing up for this coming year, and I will see how I like it. So I am going to do, I think, a 4-week rotation, and we will kind of rotate through different things during the week, during those 4 weeks. And then our Sundays, we will go through all of those rotations to make sure that we get to eat all of those more fun breakfast foods. And I need one other, what do I want to do? Ooh, maybe quinoa. I had that on my list from before. I think that's how you spell it. And so then what you would do, if you want to see how that would completely pan out, is you can highlight all of those and then just pull that down, and that should repeat, yes. So that is my breakfast rotation filled in. Again, if you want more details about how to do this, go back and watch that first video in the series. But for right now, I am going to move over to my lunches tab for lunches. And again, if you want more detail on this one as well, you go back and watch the video where I tell you how we simplified our lunches. But for us, we do leftovers every weekday. And I love this because that means it's very minimal cooking and very minimal cleaning during lunchtime, and it also saves us a lot of money because we are eating the food that we already purchased instead of buying new food that we need to make and eat. So I'm just going to put leftovers all throughout the weekdays. And again, I'm just going to drag it over so I don't have to write it so many times. And then Saturday, if you watch that video, you will remember Saturday's a little bit different of a day for us because that's the day we go to church and we do haystacks for lunch. And I'm gonna keep that the same this year as I had this past year for 2021 because it was just really easy and it worked really well for us because usually church goes kind of late, and then by the time we get home, we're all very hungry and ready to eat before the girls take naps if we are hanging out at home for the day. So I'm gonna keep that the same. And then Sunday, as you know, if you watched that lunches video, I don't actually plan a lunch on Sundays because we often eat a late breakfast because of the more time-intensive breakfasts that you can see here. And often we don't eat breakfast until later in the morning, which then just means that we aren't super hungry by the time we get around to lunch. So I'm just gonna put in we just don't plan for a lunch. If for some reason the girls are hungry before they go down for a nap, they are welcome to have any leftovers that we have then as well. but typically a handful of nuts is all they need. And then we will typically eat an earlier supper on Sunday. So that is all I'm going to do for lunches on that tab. Again, if you want to have a more interesting rotation, feel free. I go into how to create those rotations in that video. I will link it in the cards and I will put it in the description down below. But your lunches tab may look like my breakfast one, and that's totally okay. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. I'm just showing you how it works for me and giving you some ideas with this. So my lunches tab is very simple, and that is how I like it. Next, we're gonna go over to snacks. I added a snacks tab in, and this is mostly for you guys because I have a whole video talking about how we don't really snack. And not only do we not really snack, the kids eat one snack a day at a specific time, and it's not something that is planned. I don't have certain snacks for each day of the week. I just keep on hand several healthy options like nuts and fruit or veggies and hummus, and they're welcome to choose from what we have on hand at that time. So go ahead and fill this in at this point if you want to. Your snacks tab could easily look like the lunches or the breakfast. Actually, I'll just show you an idea. So you could do, let's say Sunday, nuts and fruit. Monday you have veggies and hummus. Tuesday we will put, what do we want on Tuesday? Say chips and salsa. Wednesday we will do celery and peanut butter. Thursday, let's do nuts and fruit again. And Friday we'll do veggies and hummus. And Saturday we will do chips and salsa again. So this would be a great option for any of you if you have pickier eaters and you're trying to get them to eat healthier. Just create a rotation for it, put it on the fridge, and they can see what is on the menu that day for their snack. And if they don't like it, then they are welcome to wait until supper. But this would work really well if you have that kind of a struggle with snacks at your house. So, like I said, for us, I will just leave these blank. That was just an example of something you could do if that would work better for your family. All right, so now we are gonna go into our dinners tab, and this is where things get exciting because we are gonna look at our theme nights, which we talked about in the last video, but I didn't tell you what my theme nights are going to be for this year. And I did tell you in the most recent upload that I had that we are expecting a baby in the spring. And so because of that, I'm going to simplify a little bit more some of my cooking for the next year because I know how that first year of life goes and you just have a lot less energy and a lot more people needing your attention. So I'm going to make it simpler on myself and give myself some simple theme nights. And I'm going to look, I created a whole tab here of theme night ideas for you guys. And you can also, if you prefer the format, check out this super awesome website that I know called makingtimeforgiggles.com. And I have a whole blog post where, you guys probably can't see this, but maybe I'll put it on the screen. I have a whole blog post where I go through the different theme nights, how to use each theme night, and different ideas within each theme night. But I'm actually going to look this over for a minute and see which theme nights are going to make sense for us for this coming year. Now, I have a few things I need to think about. One is in the first part of the year, I'm going to be very pregnant. So how am I going to feel about doing a lot of cooking? And then I'm going to have a baby. And we are very blessed with the amount of help we have right after we have a baby. My mom will pretty much come and stay as long as we want her to, and she takes care of all the cooking and cleaning while I am recovering. So I know that I will have somebody here for some time who is very comfortable in the kitchen. She's a great cook and she's excellent at following any recipe that I put out for her. And she loves it that I've meal planned my whole year in advance when I do have a baby, because all she has to do is look at the calendar, find it in the cookbook, and then figure out how to make it. So I know I will have help for a certain amount of time. And then after that, I will be on my own again. So 2022, I may meal plan in 3 sections because of that. I will have the first part of the year, which I will be in my 3rd trimester and hoping to eat healthy, but also probably not wanting to spend a lot of time on my feet and in the kitchen. And another priority I have for that time is really teaching my 6.5-year-old how to prepare some meals on her own. So she's very excited about learning how to cook more and being able to help me out when the baby comes. And I'm taking this opportunity to really foster her skills in the kitchen. And I will be looking at meals that will be easy to teach her and meals that after she does them a couple of times, she will be able to do them more or less on her own as well. And then for the second chunk of the calendar, it will be pretty much meal planning as usual because my mom cooks very similar to how I do. And it'll be no problem for her if I do more complicated meals or anything like that. And then the third part of the year will be me adjusting to life with 3 kids by myself, and I will probably go very simple for those theme nights as well. So I'm actually just going to take a couple minutes here, look this over, see what ideas make sense for me during which times of the year. I'm probably going to try to stick to the same theme nights, but yeah, I'm gonna think about how this is going to work well for us in the coming year and just kind of go over the theme nights again because I haven't done that for a little while. It's been a year since I did any meal planning, and I'm just gonna look over which theme nights would make the most sense for us and which ones I should be using for our week. So again, I'm only looking for 7 theme nights. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a break here, go over some of this again, and like I said, I've got this blog post that I will link in the description down below if you prefer this format. It's just a little more aesthetically pleasing if you don't like reading on a Google Doc. So let me do some thinking and I will let you know what I decide. So I know right off the bat that Monday and Wednesday need to be my easiest nights of the week because that's when the girls' swimming lessons are currently. So I'm gonna go into dinners and I'm gonna go ahead and just write on Wednesday. I'm gonna make Wednesday my leftovers night. And then Monday, I'm thinking about doing a pasta night. And I don't know if that's because that's a good idea or if it's because I'm pregnant and carbs just sound really good to me right now. But I keep coming back to that idea in my head, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a pasta night. I may do something different for when my mom is here because she is gluten-free, so that would just be an extra expense of having to buy 2 types of pasta every Monday while she's here. So I may think about that. I may just do a Kassy's Choice night because my mom makes a lot of really delicious things from my childhood that are also super healthy, and I may just cycle through some of those while she's here, but then go back to a pasta night again later. Probably keep leftovers the same. So yeah, that's what I'll do for now. I'll just do 3 categories. Okay. Now, for those of you who have been following my meal planning for a while, you know that typically Thursday was our leftover night. But again, since Monday and Wednesday are swimming lessons nights, those are going to be switching to, leftovers is going to be switching to Wednesday. And Tuesday was also an easier night for us. Because we used to do volleyball on that night, but now we don't do volleyball anymore, and Monday is another swimming lesson night. So I just want something that'll be nice and easy to make when we get home. Now, for Saturday, that's another one I know isn't going to be changing, and this will be haystacks. And that will be the same for all. Okay, so I just need to figure out Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm really debating on Friday. I love my Build It meal theme night on Friday, and we've done that for 2 years in a row now, and I love it, but those are very time-intensive meals, and I don't know. there's just a lot of pieces going on. So I don't know that I'd be able to get my 7-year-old to, well, she'll be 7 at the time. I don't know if she will be able to put something like that together if, say, the baby's really fussy and I'm not able to do it, and there's something that would be harder for my husband to put together when he gets off work, just because he gets off work and typically we eat dinner then. So I'm really debating on this, but I love the theme night so much. I don't know if I would go really easy the other nights of the week, and then I just plan on not working much on Friday. And then I could prep that meal when everybody is napping. That's another option, which I might do. Let me look through the ideas again here. I also need to figure out when my new meal night is going to be, because I do like having the new meal night. But that one also takes a fair amount of time. So maybe I want to do new meals on Tuesday. I'll decide if I'm going to do, yeah, I can do new meal when my mom is here. She likes cooking new meals too. And then I'll do the build it. And then Thursday, what do we want Thursday to be this year? I do love this green curry tofu. So good. I could eat that once a week. You do have to think about if you're going to do a specific meal and you have the same meal every single week, do you want to eat that every single week? So let's think about that. Tacos is another good idea, but that'll be in our build it meals. So soup is always a great idea as well, but that is more of a winter food. I don't want to really eat that in the spring and summer as much. Fall could also work. But since I have a lot of other things going on this year, I don't think that I want to create a seasonal meal plan for this year. Maybe that is something I will do the following year if you guys would like to see one of those. But all you would do, instead of, see how I'm creating 3 different sets of my theme nights for my pregnancy, postpartum, and then just life with 3 children times next year, you would just have 4. You would do spring, summer, fall, and winter, and you would have a week of theme nights for each one of those. So you could absolutely do that if that is something that you would enjoy doing. Burgers and hot dogs would be good. I just don't know if I want to do that much veggie meat. I know it's not the best to eat all the time. Burrito bowls could be good. That's so similar to haystacks. I like a lot of variety in my week, so try not to make it too boring. Tofu night could be fun. I have a lot of really good recipes with tofu in them. But tofu isn't always the easiest thing to cook. Maybe I will do the green curry night because it doesn't have a lot of ingredients. It doesn't take a long time to cook. And the beauty of doing a specific meal theme night is that when you make it over and over and over again, you just get really good at making it and you can kind of do it without having to think about it. Green curry tofu. So Sunday has typically been our family favorites night because we have a little bit more time to cook and we can both cook. And I think I will just keep that the same. I will keep that as family favorites because Ross won't be working. So if the baby is fussy, he could either take the baby or he could cook and I could take the baby. So I think I will just keep that the same. So those are my categories. So then you can see here, once you've decided on your theme nights, and I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the dinners. Okay, so that's dinners. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm gonna create my rotation. So my theme night was my family favorites. And then I'm also going to go ahead and put in which cookbook each of these things can be found in, or if it's a Pinterest pin, so that I can easily find that later and I'm not looking all over the place for it. 20 different Sunday meals, so we'll do each one 2 times. We'll get through the list twice, 2.5 times. So that is Sunday. And then I'll go to Monday meals. The theme night was pasta night. And I will figure out which Monday meals we want to do. And again, I'm just referencing my old spreadsheet here. I don't know if it's recording both or not, but I'm just writing in the meal and then the cookbook so that I don't have to be searching through all the cookbooks every time I want to make a meal. Okay, so I think that is all of the easy pasta meals that I'm going to do. Tuesday is going to be a new meal night. Thursday is going to be, Wednesday. It's so in my brain that Thursday is leftovers night. So leftovers on Wednesday. Thursday is going to be green curry night. Friday is going to be build it meals. And this is one that I have a rotation for as well that I had in my old spreadsheet. I'm just going to put into the new spreadsheet. So Friday nights for us are build it meals, and build it meals for us are anything that each person puts their own plate of food together. So baked potatoes, burgers, falafels, tacos, anything like that would count as a build it meal. So again, I just create a rotation for all of those meals, and then we repeat the rotation through the year. So I'm just going to take the meals off of my old spreadsheet and put them onto the new template. So now that we have all of our rotations set up in the spreadsheet, it will be much easier whether you are putting together the paper calendar like I will be doing in the next video, or whether you are putting together the meal plan calendar like I will be doing in the next video as well. And if you have the template, that is part of the template. Now, the only other pieces of the template that you could put together if you want to is a holiday meal plan template, which is at kind of the back of the template after you have gone through all of the individual day sheets. There's a holiday meal plan template, and you can put that together every year if you want to. You can write in for the holiday, Thanksgiving, let's just say, and Christmas. Or if you want to, you can actually copy this entire thing and duplicate it down for if you even want holiday week meal plans for 4th of July or anything like that. And then there's also a vacation meal plan template where you can put together your meal plan for your vacation. And then there's also a camping template as well for if you like to camp a lot but you hate the meal planning part of camping. You can just put together a template and have it be the same every time you go camping, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel for that either. So we will see if I get to creating my spreadsheets for those 3 things as well: the holiday meal plan, the vacation meal plan, and the camping meal plan. I haven't decided yet if I will put those in the next video or not. It kind of depends on how long the video ends up being, because that one takes a really long time to record, since I record the entire time I am doing the meal plan. So if it goes quickly, I may throw this into that video as well. But if the video is taking a long time, I may put these into a separate video if you guys would like to see me create the templates for those as well. So just let me know in the comments down below if you guys would like to see that. So I hope you guys found this video super helpful if you are wanting to create your own meal planning template. If you would like to use the same template that I did, I will leave a link for it in the description down below. But you can also create your own either in Google Sheets or in an Excel spreadsheet. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any other questions at all, and I would be happy to answer those in a future video. As always, I'm Kassy with makingtimeforgiggles.com, and I make videos all about simplifying mom life through meal planning, budgeting, decluttering, and routines. So if any of that sounds exciting to you, please subscribe down below because I would love to see you on the next video.